Trades. Throughout the course of history, no one would know they had actually happened.
Before TradeCentre, you would only find out about a trade when a player showed up on the ice for a different team. It was chaos.
But then, one network decided that trade news was important.
It was a wild idea that no one had ever thought of before.
This is the story of the first TradeCentre, the Jay and Dan true hockey story. The year was 2003. The idea was simple: wait for trades and be the first to say them. But if this was gonna work, the show needed a name.
There was trade day afternoon, trading day, trade zone, trade them if you got them, and then it hit them. TradeCentre.
Only one question remained: who would host? They reached out to former sports host and at the time, mildly successful veterinarian James Duthie.
I had retired from sports. I was done with it. Animal surgeries were my life at that point.
He was offered the gig.
I said yes, because animals are gross on the inside.
The next edition was a hockey insider who ran a 1-800 number for hockey news called
The Mac Line, $2.99 per minute.
Bob McKenzie's Mac Line was the go-to place for hockey fans. And sexy local singles looking to party.
In an attempt to appeal to the largest audience possible, it was decided that TradeCentre should focus on every type of trade possible.
It made sense on paper. Everyone loves trades.
But then, when James Duthie reported that Jim Milcroft of Red Deer, Alberta had traded his 1987 Toyota Tercel for $800 cash, the ratings cratered. TradeCentre was a disaster. Coming up, TradeCentre is not a disaster on Jay and Dan, the true hockey story. The first TradeCentre in 2003 was a bust, and host James Duthie had bottomed out.
At this point, Duthie was spending his days wandering the seedy streets of southern Ontario.
But what he didn't know was that a chance encounter would change the fate of TradeCentre forever. While at a bar lamenting his predicament and thinking about getting back into animal medicine, Duthie met aspiring Broadway performer Darren Dreger.
We got to talking and Dreger said, hey, if the show's gonna be on TSN, why not just do hockey trades?
It was as if a light bulb had just been created and turned on for the very first time. TradeCentre should be about hockey.
So Duthie asked Dreger, do you know anything about hockey?
He said no.
Duthie asked, would you like to?
And Dreger said, yes, I'm very bad at singing.
I just come off playing a cat in a production of Cats at the Hamilton Fringe Festival. I needed the work.
Now all they needed were trades.
Quickly, right back to the trade breakers. We do have a trade. We have some more action. It's another big name.
The trades started rolling in. But it wasn't just hockey players. Friendships were also being acquired.
We're all extremely close now. I was there when Bob McKenzie's dog had puppies. I actually delivered them.
TradeCentre became an institution that stood the test of time.
I've never actually watched the show.
And that's how the story happened. The Jay and Dan true hockey story.